I'm back to trying to get these PCs to work. I think if we're lucky we might get 3 of them working, but last time I was checking them and I wasn't recording, so just gonna keep it all kind of recorded just in case stuff happens. So this one working fine, which is great. I think this is the Windows 98 one that doesn't boot fully, but maybe reinstalling Windows on that, I'll sort that out. I'll probably do that in a different video. So we've got this one, great. And switch this off and move on to next one. Put a tick somewhere so I know what's going on. That one's good. I think this one I haven't managed to get working yet. This one just beeps, so could just be the memory that I've put in that is the problem. Yeah, so we got beeps with this one. Gonna put in the memory from the one that was just working, just to I know the memory was working, so I'm just gonna put this memory in. And if it's not, if it then doesn't work with this memory, then it might be something else. Okay, let's try again. Still getting the beeps. And then we've got another one that has Windows XP, and that one's working fine. So we've got 2 others. Let's see what we can do to get this to work. I'm going to have a look at the memory slot. See if there's anything obvious that looks wrong. Looks clean. I'll try the other slot. Then we'll try this again. Okay, great. It's working. So we're booting into Windows 98 by the looks of things. Don't know if you can read that, but it's saying loading, please wait. So since it's asked nicely, we may as well wait. See if we get anything. Yeah, totally fine with reinstalling Windows 98 on these if needed. With the sort of dead ones, got spare parts really. So getting bored of waiting now. Oh, we're getting something. Wow, look at that. Oh, I don't need that bit. So this is the jukebox software that's on this machine, and it's starting up. It's probably missing something, so it's not going to work for us. But yeah, we've got Windows 98, and it's really stripped down. There's barely anything here. Let's see if I can remove this so that when it starts up next time, we're just going to start up into actual Windows 98. There's the Windows 98 shutdown screen, and let's boot it up again. One beep is what you want. Did we look in the BIOS at the temperature on one of the last video? I've plugged in a USB mouse, so it's hopefully going to accept the mouse, but it looks like Windows 98 was installed from CD, so it's now wanting a CD drive. This is the pain you find with Windows 98. And now I need to try find a Windows 98 CD. It's one of those situations where how long will it take me to find the CD, or versus how long will it take me to just go and burn a fresh one. So we have written the CD, and it does in fact turn out that it is quicker to go and write the CD than it is to find it. Plus you get a fresh CD that's not scratched and stuff like that. So and we've also made a nice cup of tea. Oh, that's a potential issue. It's not seeing the optical drive. Okay, I'm gonna just ignore it. I could plug in a serial port mouse. one of these here. There are an abundance of serial ports. There's 4 on this to choose from. For some reason the mouse, PS2 mouse, doesn't seem to work. USB is a Windows 98 issue that we're having. A mouse is a nicer way to use Windows, basically. Okay, so booting into Windows again. Maybe it'll let us use the mouse. Nope. Still wants to find the drivers somewhere. Maybe it's found them. Nope, it still wants the CD drive. And we're not getting the drive. Maybe it's disabled in the BIOS. Maybe it'll add one of these. Oh, it's gonna add the serial mouse. But still, it needs the disc. Let's just try. And it might already have it. Somewhere on here. No. So this is how frustrating Windows 98 is. It doesn't like this PS2 mouse. It needs a driver for a serial mouse from a CD rather than, you know, just going, oh, let's just use a generic thing. And also it doesn't like the idea of doing USB. The drive is spinning, so using Windows without a mouse, super annoying. I'm gonna go have a look in the BIOS. Just having a look in the BIOS to see if I can find what's going on with the CD drive. And the CPU temperature is 42, which is fine. I saw this where it says 75 degrees at the top and I was like, yikes, that's pretty hot. But luckily CPU temperature down here is much happier. In here we've got nothing really happening for these other things, which is pretty annoying. But yeah, maybe just a fresh install of Windows would be a good idea. Only problem being that it's not detecting the CD drive. Anyway, I've got other drives I can try from the other systems. Actually, let's try the next one and another one of these that's got Windows 98 and see if we can get any further. Okay, so back to the one that we took the front off. And I'm going to connect all the different mice that I've got and see what we get. I'm also going to go into the BIOS and reset the settings there in case anything's been changed to the way the built-in ports and things are set up. switch it on. And we've got the one beep. So look at the BIOS. So here we've got an optical drive showing up, which is a very nice sign to see. Floppy hard drive. Let's go for CD-ROM in case we do want to install Windows. So this is giving us the option to boot from the CD if we want, but let's just boot from the hard drive and see if we get any of the mice to work. Okay, so we've had a mouse detected, and it should accept the driver from the CD drive. So this is the serial mouse. And it's crashed. Seems to have reset itself. Let's see what happens if we put the power back in. This is the one that I disconnected the floppy drive from, isn't it? So we can disable that in the BIOS. That might keep it a bit happier. Okay, one thing I've worked out is that the mouse is hidden from view, so there's no mouse pointer. So it's possible, let me just try it. Yeah, the PS2 mouse is working, but the pointer is hidden. I'm not entirely sure where that setting's going to be. Maybe in the mouse settings. Whoops, I've lost it. here we go. Let's just do that. Did that work? Yep, so we've got the mouse, we've got a PS2 mouse, we've got a serial mouse, and we've got an optical mouse. And yeah, Windows 98. So we've got 3 working machines. Could all do with a fresh install of Windows. Need to sort out the optical drive on one of them, swap that over for a different one, and then we've got one where the power supply went bang, unfortunately off camera, and then there's one other one that I just want to try again. Let me shut this down. I don't know if you've watched any of my other videos, but the kind of idea behind these videos is to do less editing, more chilled out viewing, so that, you know, it's just something you can watch if you're interested in old computers like this and see what's going on. But also just the slower pace means that you can just watch it and relax. Some people might listen to this while trying to go to sleep, that kind of thing. It's the opposite of like Mr. Beast videos. It's not about kind of shoving things in your face. Obviously it's good if they're interesting, and some people will find them interesting. But yeah, and a lot of it's about my own kind of enjoyment of playing with old hardware. Yeah, so I've left the CD in here, which is the thing you always do, and then you have to plug it back in to get the CD out. So I'll just do that, and then I'll just have another look at one of the ones that I'm not sure I was getting any kind of beeps at all. Okay, so this one's interesting, and this has only got one memory slot. So if this slot goes bad, there's no second slot to try in order to try and get it working. Let's move this slightly, and I'm gonna use some memory that I know is working because I've just used it in this other one. It works perfectly fine. I'm going to just do this a couple of times. And then we're going to plug it in and try it. And this might be a system that the power supply has, you know, previously gone wrong or bad, and I wouldn't really know because I'm going to just pick these up, so let's plug that in. Powering up. There's no beeps. And should be getting a beep really. Should be either getting a beep to say something wrong with memory, or just a beep to say, yep, I'm alive. We're not getting anything on the display. Not sure what's going on with this one. But yeah, we've got 3 out of 5 working, which isn't too bad, and the others can be used for spares. Nothing I can see on this that's obviously wrong, but it's not working. So there is obviously something wrong with it. It's just not obvious what it is. Oh, no, I thought there was something, but okay. Let me know what your first PC was. This is the heatsink removed, and the thermal paste is pretty dried up, and the processor is pretty dirty here. But thought I'd just give you a quick look. Pentium 3 SL52R. Because why not? Here's the processor cleaned up a bit after I've removed the thermal paste, which was kind of dried up. Surprising how thin these processors are. Okay, so we're just going to put some thermal paste on and then put the heatsink back on. See if any of this helps. And this is the actual CPU die here, and it doesn't have any kind of metal protection over the top, so you need to be careful when putting heatsinks on, things like that, because you don't want to damage the processor. Quite tricky getting these on. Really quite frustrating. There's really not much give in any of this. It's one of those things where you need extra patience. or have done it a lot so you know exactly what you're doing. Yeah, we've got one side on. And the second side. I'm just going to try this again. And it doesn't look like we're getting anything from this. But what we could do is take this power supply out of here, if that's easy enough, and put this power supply in the other one that went bang, and maybe we'd get a fourth one working. I don't know. I wasn't going to, but I have put the power supply from the one that powered on but didn't make any beeps into the one that went bang. So this power supply should work, and hopefully, if the system's okay and it was just the power supply that was the problem, then hopefully we might get another working system, and then we'll have 4 in total. I'm just going to do the keyboard and display as well as the mouse, always useful, and I'm going to put power in, and I'm going to double check that we are recording. Yep, okay, and move some stuff further away, make sure I'm not touching anything, and ooh, okay, great. We just have beeps now. We didn't have a bang, and we just have beeps. The beeps previously have been to do with the memory. So I'll switch this off. I'll take the memory out. It's quite dusty, as you can see. And we will put some fresher memory. It's all old memory. Put some fresh memory in. And switch it on. Okay, too many beeps. Let's try the other memory slot. Tell this one needs a clean. And I will do that at some point with all of these systems. Properly clean them and give them fresh thermal paste. And we have one beep. And we have something on the screen. So, all in all, we've actually got 4 working systems. I do need to double check all the sort of optical drives work and things like that. I know that one of them doesn't, so that'll need replacing. They could all do with fresh install of Windows. But we now have 4 working machines. So, yay! This has ended up being another long video. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed watching as we've managed to get 4 of these systems working, and they can be, I don't know, fresh install of Windows 98 would be a good idea, and then yeah, check them out, see how reliable they are. This one's starting the jukebox software again, and I'll just disable that while I'm here. Okay. Thanks for watching. All right. Bye.